Imagine a world where every day we wake up not to just survive, but to thrive in our faith. Where we live, where our lives reflect reaching for eternity, not just for ourselves, but for those around us. So today, we'll explore how dying as disciples can lead us to a fuller, a richer life in Jesus Christ. Yes, all we need to do is die in Jesus Christ. We die on earth physically, but we are alive in Jesus Christ, dying as a disciple. So let's open our hearts and minds to the life-changing message of God's word. So we are going to comment verse by verse of 2 Corinthians 5, verses 6 to 9. So verse 6 says, "Therefore we are always confident, knowing that while we are at home in the body, we are absent from the Lord." So as I am speaking right now, for all I know, the Spirit is within this body. Then I have to know I am away from the Lord. Yes, I will be away. I am a person, I'm on earth. It is good to be on earth, but there are so many distractions. So many distractions on earth. So that means I am away from the Lord. Because as long as I am distracted on earth, I am distracted by whatever is happening on earth. As I am distracted by sin, distracted by work, distracted by whatever thing you can think of, just know that you are away from the Lord. So Paul begins with a profound assurance. He highlights the confidence that believers can possess whilst they are here on earth. In our physical bodies, our temporary dwelling, there is a sense of separation from the fullness of God's presence. This calls us to remember that our current existence is not ultimate. It's not our ultimate destination. We are not permanently in this body. We are not permanently on earth. So we are on earth on a temporary basis. It's a prelude to our eternal home. So as our spirit is in the body, we are preparing to go to our permanent home. We are preparing to go to heaven, to the kingdom of heaven. This is the preparation. As my spirit is in my body, I am given time to prepare. So verse 7 says, "For we walk by faith, not by sight." So Paul says we see the essence of discipleship as we walk by faith, not by sight. We walk by faith. It's not about ignoring the reality, but choosing to trust in God's promises over visible circumstances. It's illustrated beautifully in the story of Abraham. I hope you remember Abraham in Genesis 12, verses 1 to 4. Yes, when he's told to leave the place where he was living, and he was going to go to a place that God had promised him he's going to live there. And it's this essence that you are living where you know you are living earth, and you're told you're supposed to go to heaven, but this heaven in reality, I don't know how heaven, seeing it physically, is like, but I just have to have faith. I just have to understand that my God created heaven, my God created this place, and by God telling me to leave earth, telling my spirit to leave this body, it then means that he knows where I'm supposed to go, where the spirit of his that he breathed in me is supposed to go. It is a good place. So I have to have faith. So we all have to have faith. We don't have to see it by sight, heaven, but we have to have faith that is a beautiful place. So verse 8 says, "We are confident, yes, well pleased rather to be absent from the body, to be present with the Lord." So this Bible verse is expressing a longing for spiritual unity with God. It echoes the sentiments of a psalmist in Psalms 27 verse 4, who sought God after God's presence above all else. To die as a disciple is to long for that divine relationship with God, realizing that our ultimate joy comes from being in communion with our Father. Verse 9 says, "Therefore we make it our aim, whether present or absent, to be well pleasing to Him." So Paul concludes with a powerful directive. The ultimate goal of every disciple should be to please God. This mirrors the life of Jesus Christ, who consistently sought to fulfill the will of the Father. John 4 verses 34. In our lives, this means making choices every day that honor God, embracing the sacrifices that come with living a life of purpose.